Welcome to the Halloween challenge. So I am going to do Queen of Hearts. I tried a couple other things and just kept being drawn back to this theme of the Queen of Hearts. And this is the image I chose. This is off Pinterest, so I'm not going to be selling this, or I'm just using it for my own personal use. So the way you display this can be really creative. And once we get it on watercolor paper and kind of tear it, you'll see what I mean. But I'm thinking about putting it on this bottle. And I'll probably trim it. It won't, so I want to be able to see the top of the bottle. But then you can wrap it with, some cool velvet red ribbon. You could do some wire around it with some beads. If you're doing something spooky, like rosemary beads. Even like these cool black beads, you could find a way to put those on it. Another cool way to display something like this, and I think that it will be narrower when I'm done, is in a pot. You can put it in a pot and then put black feathers or whatever. You can still put ribbon around the pot or do whatever you want. Like if you were doing Bride of Frankenstein, you could have some gauze coming out or something like that. So just get really creative with how to display them. So I'm going to cut her out. The best way is with these scissors. These are fussy cutting scissors from Tim Holtz, and they are the best scissors. If you're cutting out tiny little hands or something like that. And also to get in between spaces, I use this kind of razor. I am using just a sketchbook watercolor, Canson XL, 9x12. Really great for practice. So the thing I would do is sort of give myself a idea. I'm going to use a Neocolor water-soluble crayon of where she needs to be to show up on this bottle. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this nori paste. It's perfect for paper. The reason why I'm using this first is because I don't want to get the matte medium yet around her, because it will affect the way the inks go on. So I'm just going to get a little piece of parchment paper and palette knife and get this glue on. And then just use your finger, smooth her on. Oops, the ink is sort of... I didn't spray this with a fixative. I don't really care. I can go over that with paint or whatever. So that's step one. You can also use Yes paste if you have that. Now I'm going to kind of think about how I want to do her hair and do some sort of heart shape. with ink. But I want to leave like enough space for a crown here. Then I'm thinking like mermaidy, no, like some ruffles here, and then straight down. Because I just want her kind of long and skinny for the bottle. And I'll do some, I'm going to collage and do fun things with her. I'm going to put a little bit of matte medium. Now that she's stuck on there, it's a little easier. And I'm just using the basics. Because I'm just going to get like here, not the paper. It's actually helping with that ink problem too. You can spray her with a fixative, like a matte finish. I'll get a little bit here. I just don't want to get here where the ink is going to be. Now, one thing I have to think about is, so she's like red, black, white, gold, is like how I want to do that, you know, so that it looks good. I'm thinking she's going to have red hair. So maybe like red down here and some sort of like checkered look here and something kind of going, I don't really know. I have to think about this. So I'm going to get my inks and paint and start. Okay. So I'm going to kind of just wing it. Because I don't really know how this is going to go down. So I put some this is acrylic ink, cadmium red, and pyrrole red. And I put a little green out just in case I want to mute it. And I have some black ink available. I do want a lot of red, so I'm going to start with her hair. The pyrrole is so much brighter, as you can see, than the cad. So let me think. I'm going to get a smaller brush and wet it. And I might use a skewer. So I'm just going to wet it and then drop the ink in. I can always add more, so I'll mix it with some cad red. Before it dries, might go over it too. Let's use the skewer. You can dip right into the ink with this too. I'm gonna darken up the pearl too. I got a little on her face, but I think I can work with that. Yeah, I like the deeper red. I'm so rusty about filming. I haven't filmed anything for I don't even know how long. 2021? Red is unforgiving. So I think that this should be like there should be some white here and then black and then red. I don't know about here. Maybe black and then I can put collage like diamonds on. So let's see. I'll start with this. Just getting it all wet. And then I'm gonna drop ink in. Can't add the black until this dries, so I sort of have to wait. So I'm going to get some collage paper while this red is drying, and plan it. But I think I'm gonna do this black. I gotta get some gold in there too. So we'll just figure it out. I'll be back in a minute. All right, so instead of inking down here, I'm just gonna take some gouache. Or actually, no, I'm gonna take this. This is Jasonja matte flow acrylic. I like to use matte because like if you're gonna use like looking for a palette. If you can use like pen or pencil or anything like that, matte is just super friendly. I did not need that much. And I'm just gonna wet my brush. Just gonna use a flat brush. All right, so this, I think this will be red, and then I'm gonna have something white going on. So I don't really need to paint over this, but I will. Just for visual purposes for me right now, I think I'm gonna get in here with some red. I know I'm gonna be collaging, but it just helps me to see my vision here. Go in here and kind of create a little bit of a look of a pleat. I don't know if I'll keep it, but so I've taken like a ton of classes. I do it when I'm bored or when I'm in a rut. I love taking other artists' classes and see what they're up to. There are like, I don't know, I've only seen like 2 lefty artists, and I've bought a lot of classes and watched a lot of YouTubes. I don't know what's up with that. I guess there's just not many of us. This is still wet there. I could never play softball in gym. They never had a lefty mitt. Cutting with scissors, I had to completely change that to right-handed. All right, so this looks cool. All right, I'm gonna just go over a little bit here. Not that it matters. I hope my head's not in the way. So I just like bumped the light. Queen of Hearts she's freaking crazy. So we're gonna have to get that craziness out. So this is gonna be the tedious part, which I'll just show you a little bit and then fast forward, because I'm gonna be cutting a lot of diamonds. And my diamonds suck. Oh. That one sucks. All right, wait. I also want to do some hearts. All right, I'm gonna cut them up, and I'm also gonna cut some hearts, and then we'll start collaging. So as you can see, I am not a diamond cutter at all. That sucked. I don't know, I'm just gonna throw them on there. I can always like paint around them in black to get them like a better shape, so, but I am gonna like fast forward totally through this section because it's painful. These itty bitty teeny pieces. This is definitely like one of the moments where you're like, why do I collage? Because it is such a pain sometimes. But the effects are very cool. All right, so now I'm gonna get some white. What do you think about this? Oops. It's not doing a lot for me, but I can layer it. I need some different white paper. All right, I'm just gonna try to tear some strips. You do not have to do this. I choose the hard way. So now I'm gonna get some of this fiber paper and kind of get this looking a bit more funky. I don't know what to do with that yet. All right. The question is do I want to leave this inky? And I think I do. I'm gonna try to get like itsy bitsy little pieces to cover her hairline. You can just push back the fibers from her face. So with most of my art, collaging takes the longest. Well, prep and collage. I just want to get this in there somewhere. I don't know where. I'm going to do splatters to kind of like cover up some of these mistakes from the matte medium and the diamonds. And try it. Nope. I do kind of like this though. Ooh. I don't think that's gonna show up. Nope. This might look neat up here. get some dark threads going through. What to do with the midsection? We need a heart. We absolutely need a heart. Maybe I will cut tiny hearts. Look at this piece of paper I'm dealing with. I think I need a different one. I do want like a bright red. All right, now I have to do like a super teeny one. Oh boy, I don't have the right scissors, first of all. I can't even open it. That'll work. Okay. I like this velour. I was thinking about making this for the bottom of the dress. I want it to cover the black. This may or may not work. I think it works. Okay, so this is another Yes paste instead of matte medium, because the velour will just look icky. This is like a velvet paper. I want to do splatters in, I think, black. But I want to do her crown, which is, I want to do something with the fine liner. Crown. Everybody rants and raves about these fine liners. And I will admit that when they work, they're amazing. But they get jammed a lot. And with gold, like, what am I supposed to do? I can't really, like, wet it with a metallic. I think I'll do that with a pen. But I'm going to do some dots. And it's already jammed again. This keeps getting clogged. All right. Nope, don't do that. She's regal. I don't know how badass she looks, but she's regal. Let's do some gold lines. All right. Kind of outline that white paper I put on. Now it's just gonna dry this gold, and then I can do a little bit of makeup and some splatters, and we're done. I'm gonna tear it on the sides and display it, and I'll show you the end result. Okay, so off camera, I went in with this magnifying glass and light and did her face. I didn't want, I mean, you wouldn't have been able to see it because my head would have been in the way, because there's no way I can see that teeny tiny face. And I just used colored pencil, this teeny eraser to get anything off from Tombow, Mono Zero. I used a little bit of pan pastel for her cheeks. I used the colored pencil for her lips. I'm going to do some ink drops, and that'll be it. So, I'm going to go on a diagonal again. Not again. Make sure, yeah, they're dry. Okay. So I'm just going to use a little bit of watercolor. And I think I'm going to do a little red too. But I should probably dry this black first. You want to get a little bit bigger to cover up that matte medium that I screwed up. Sort of warped my paper a little. But that will flatten back out. Something going on with her forehead. So this is it. I think she looks like she'd chop your head off. What do you think? She looks pretty badass. So I'm gonna let this dry and then I'll show you how I'm gonna display her. And I hope you guys have fun doing this for those who choose to participate. I know I'm kind of last minute on all this. It was just sort of a impulsive thought. So whoever participates, that'd be great. And happy Halloween. Now, I'm gonna tear her edges off on the side. I'm gonna fold it over because watercolor paper can be tricky to tear. So I'm just gonna like fold this back and forth before I even try to tear it. All right, let's pray this goes well. All right. Oops. You need a metal ruler for this. I wonder if they make scissors that can create this look. Bet they do. All right. I think the bottom's not gonna show. All right, so now what I did, I have this old box. It's actually not an old box. I got it from Hobby Lobby years ago, and I just put this tissue paper I had in it. I don't know if this is gonna work. And I know you can't exactly see how it's going down until I slant it up and show you. And I'm just gonna like put some ribbon hanging over here and there. And just gonna put some gold tissue. You'll see in a minute. I'm gonna do some pearls. I don't know. You might be like, what? Alright. I'll try to angle this so you can see it. I'll take a picture better for Facebook. I really should get a card. The Queen Hearts card. I think I'm going to get one. But I don't have it right now. Alright, so that's not going to work. I'm going to take the camera off the thingy. There she is. She needs to be turned a little. I'd like to fill that a little bit more. You could even put like little red candies. I don't even know. So I think it needs more, but I don't want to take away from the art. I wonder if she should be skinnier. Let me try her on the bottle. This is her on the bottle. I didn't want to tie her off yet because I think that it would need to be a taller bottle. I'm going to play with it and see which looks, which looks better. Happy Halloween.